we're also responsible for the welfare of everyone in the factory.
Sarah's taking his chair.
We look out for our people here, Birgit. That's a point of great
That's
personal
fantastic.
pride.
I love it.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Hello and welcome back. This is Tim with Digital Survival, here with my first Starfield wish list. This is also a follow-up / conclusion for my attempts to fail the Freestar Rangers entrance exam. I pushed some boundaries and ran into some walls that I think could use some renovation. Let's go with an open floor plan. I'm confident that anyone who's entered a firefight with a companion at their side has had that same companion throw themselves into the line of fire. I guess they're trying to protect us, but they're also making it really hard to shoot the bad guys. And if they jump in as I'm pulling the trigger, they take damage. Todd, please set the companion fighting mentality to ranged or support. They're terrible tanks.
Now let's talk about those outlaw ships. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But we can't let that. You're a Freestar Ranger deputy. You don't pick and choose. Carrying that badge means you're always on duty, and when the people of the...
Those bandits were headed for Miatha. Now get back in your...
So when I did this mission, I tried to avoid killing those outlaw ships. I went to Hopetown and tried to go see Ron Hope. Nia wasn't there. Ron Hope's office was locked. I would love it if there's an option to not go after those ships, partially because that's one of the things you're praised for when you go into the evaluation at the end of the Freestar Ranger quest line. So give me a choice not to go after them and suffer the consequences. Give me a choice to lie about going after them. Say that I tried and they got away. Or I tried and I killed them. And the guys that came back later, that was somebody else.
People begging for other people's very survival. Absolutely revolting.
So, this is May's computer at the Red Mile. I was thinking, do I have to run the mile to get a meeting with Marco? When I talked to May about the meeting, it's in this office, and she's sitting at this computer. So what if I went in and hacked into the computer, and instead of her setting up the meeting, I sent out an email and got a message back and figured something out? Then you could get through this without doing the Red Mile. You wouldn't get praised for doing the Red Mile. You could even tell them that you did the sneaky thing to get to Marco, and maybe the Freestar Rangers don't like you as much. Of course, the Freestar Rangers are going to take you no matter what, so maybe that's a non-issue. But the option of going in and hacking May's computer and getting a meeting with Marco yourself, I think that would be a great one to have. One of the other options you could have is Marco behaving differently when he gets a hacked message rather than a real message from May. Maybe something about the way you state it is suspicious, and he has more guards on hand, or he's a little bit more hostile towards you. It's just a lot of possibilities here.
That's it. Exactly, yeah. It was those damn mercenaries.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How could you do something so awful to innocent...
Not another word out of you. Will, just I give you my word that...
So here I am with Ron Hope.
You're right, of course.
Pounding through the dialogue options, trying to get to the bribe. And the point of this is, if you take the bribe from
You're
Ron,
right. Yeah.
give him the slate and walk away,
With that resolved, as a member of the...
Birgit
Of course,
doesn't care.
Indeed. Tell the Marshal whatever you need to. I look forward to work.
So if you kill Ron and go talk to Birgit, she's got a lot to say about it. But she stood there while hearing these horrible
You missed
things
the tour?
and me
Yeah.
taking a bribe,
Listen,
and she's on her default conversation there. There's nothing.
just
There's
stay
no
safe on
content
my
at all.
floor, all right?
I'd really love to have some content from Birgit, having her say, how could you possibly do that? And maybe, does she get fired now? Does she continue to complain? There are a lot of options here.
Did you find out why?
I hate this. I can't tell him the truth. I can only lie to him. Sure, I
Makes
took a
my heart
bribe.
heavy to hear that.
Sure, I
There was
gave
a
the
time
Ron
he
the
was a
slate.
great-
But
too
what if
bad.
I decided to narc him out now? What if I'm feeling guilty? What if I want to redeem myself somehow? Why can't I tell Marshal Blake, hey, this is what really happened, and go from there? And then there's no evidence, and then they've got this suspicion of Ron Hope, but they can't do anything about it because they've got no way to prove it, and huge black mark for me as a potential Freestar Ranger accepting the bribe in the first place. A lot of possibilities.
With that resolved, as a member of the... And of course...
All right, here we're back with Ron. We're taking the money. We're giving him
Tell
the
the Marshal
slate.
I look
Where
forward...
does it go? I would love it if we could pickpocket the slate off of Ron after taking the money and then go turn him in. Surprise! There wouldn't be a confrontation. We wouldn't have to fight for it if we could manage to do that. But, you know, we have that option.
You're under arrest. No sudden moves.
Yeah. One of the other things that would be cool is if we
Why
could...
do I always get the dumb ones?
One of the other things would be cool is if we could take it off his dead body and then pretend like things had gone according to the normal plan where we had the fight and killed him, and not mention the fact that we got 20,000 credits out of it at all. That would be nice.
How's your investigation proceeding?
All right, so we're doing our evaluation
Yes,
here.
assuming we
I've
find-
got Sarah,
otherwise
my
you'll be no-
wife,
It
with
must be
me.
very easy for you to sit
Sarah
back
says
and
something
criticize
snarky.
when we've been doing all of the field work.
And Emma
I've
just
done my part.
bites her head off.
Besides, this is Ranger business, so why don't you keep your mouth shut?
Okay, so she was just a big jerk. I wanted to say something worse. She was just a big jerk to my wife, and I'm in the application process. Do I want to be a part of this organization anymore when they're going to treat somebody I care about that way? When they're going to treat anybody that way? I mean, up to this point, Emma hasn't seemed like a jerk, but that was real jerk territory right there. And I'd love to have some options. Get up and walk away. I actually tried shooting Emma and the Marshal, but Sarah didn't like that, and they wouldn't die, so I reloaded on that one.
Hi.
Oh, one of the things you get as you go through the game is Cora asking you for books.
Have any new books for me?
There you go.
Hey, Barrett.
Yeah, I've got books. Right here. Books. You want a Chunks Employee Handbook? Or, maybe Dracula. Let's see if I drop it.
I can't find the
There's Dracula right there on the floor, Cora.
thing.
Right there.
Scanning. Have you seen it?
Hey.
So, let me give Cora books. I've got books. I don't need them. I'm just selling them. Let me give them to her. One of the great things about the lodge is the work area in the basement and the unlimited storage. You start out with some nice unlimited storage right here on this desk. And then if you want another box for unlimited storage, you just got to get a companion killed. And their stuff will appear in this box, which doesn't even exist before they die. And this is also unlimited storage. But one of the negatives is none of this storage is accessible when you're at a workbench. I need aluminum and iron to make an adaptive frame. So let's just really quick check. Don't take it. I've got some resources here. And I've got 78 aluminum. And I've got 262 iron. So it seems like I should be able to make something, but I can't without taking the stuff out of the box and holding it in my inventory. Now, there is an interesting thing that I found related to this. There is some stuff that you can use. And the stuff you can use is what's in your ship. So any inventory that's in your ship can be used here at the lodge to make stuff, just not the stuff in the boxes nearby. I'd love if they made the boxes nearby work too. In a similar vein to the lodge, if you have the dream home trait, you've got this beautiful place to call home, and you can build whatever you want in here. You can build storage, you can build workstations, but anything in these storage containers is not accessible when you're at a workstation. This is another case where your ship stuff can be used, but anything in this box in the same room as you cannot be used. It'd be really nice if the dream home worked similar to an outpost where anything in a storage container was accessible when you were doing crafting. This is Tim with Digital Survival. Thanks for joining me today for my first Starfield wishlist. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, and or share. And maybe forward it to Todd Howard, and we'll see some of this stuff later on. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.